From a gritty black and white comic to kids' cartoons to blockbuster movies, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have been kicking shelf for a long time. But how did it all start? My name is Zach, and today I'm going to be breaking down the history of the TMNT. The creators of TMNT, Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman, were living together in 1983 when one night Eastman drew what he called a Ninja Turtle. The doodle was little more than a joke between the two until they began to flesh the story out. To create the iconic lore, Eastman and Laird parodied aspects of popular comics of the time. They took the teenage from Teen Titans, the mutant from the X-Men, and the ninja from Ronin. Another heavily influential character was Marvel's Daredevil, who fundamentally inspired the origins of the TMNT. The characters share a close encounter with radioactive ooze, leaving them forever changed. In addition to that, Daredevil's mentor Stick would be parodied by the Turtles' Master Splinter, and Daredevil's famous evil organization The Hand would be parodied by the Foot Clan. One prominent character, however, had other inspiration. The Turtles' terrifying number one antagonist, the Shredder, was, you guessed it, inspired by a cheese grater. Goes to show that great ideas really do come from anywhere. Eventually, the pair put the story to page, with the first issue of TMNT getting into the hands of comic book readers in 1984. While originally intended to be a one-shot, the comic's popularity urged the creators to keep going, with issue number 2 coming out in 1985. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were a success, but it wasn't until they got their very own cartoon and toy line in 1987 that Raph, Donnie, Leo, and Mike would become household names. In fact, it was the 1987 cartoon that spawned the concept of each of the turtles wearing different colored masks. During its 10-season run, the cartoon featured the Ninja Turtles' most famous foes, including Shredder, Krang, Bebop and Rocksteady, as well as some of the lesser-known villains, such as Baxter Stockman, the Punk Frogs, and Triceratons. Switching gears from animation to live action, the Turtles graced the big screen with a massive movie in 1990. With the use of some life-size puppet suits created by the Jim Henson Company, the Turtles were believably fighting foot ninjas with the help of April O'Neil and Casey Jones. From the success of the first movie came the sequel in 1991, where, due to some parental complaints, the Ninja Turtles were forced to get creative with their combat. Then, with the third movie in 1993, the Ninja Turtles travel through time on an adventure in feudal Japan, which ended up being the weakest movie of the trilogy. However, over in the gaming world, the Ninja Turtles were still going strong, with one of the biggest arcade games being Turtles in Time, which is still considered to this day to be one of the greatest beat-em-up arcade games out there. Other notable games include their video game debut in 1989 with the aptly titled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the NES, as well as more recently with 2022's TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which many consider to be the best modern Ninja Turtle video game. Pixels and punching aside, let's turn our attention back to the big screen. After 1993's TMNT 3 turned out to be a big disappointment, there would be a long break from live-action big screen attempts. However, in 2007, Paramount released the CGI animated TMNT movie featuring the talents of Chris Evans, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and even Patrick Stewart. The unique style and original story fulfilled the desires of many fans, while some would have preferred to see an adaptation of one of the Turtles' already existing stories. It wasn't until 2014 that we would see the Turtles back on the big screen with the Michael Bay produced CGI live-action adaptation, which had a gritty and darker tone. The movie was met with enough success to secure a sequel with 2016's TMNT Out of the Shadows. The sequel brightened things up quite a bit, with a much lighter tone more reminiscent of the 1980s cartoon than its 2014 predecessor. Most recently released was 2023's TMNT Mutant Mayhem, which was produced by real-life Ninja Turtle Seth Rogen. This experimental style and totally different take on the characters served as a nice reset for the story. Meanwhile, on the small screen, several adaptations of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were released, including the 2003 series, the 2012 Nickelodeon series, and 2018's Rise of the TMNT. But which is your favorite adaptation? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're down there, why not like and subscribe? Once again, I've been your host Zach, and I'll leave you with the wise words of Michelangelo.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. Do you want to gain experience in video production, professional social media, or working with real clients? Visit the UA School of Communications online or follow us on social media to learn more. ZTV, make media, make a difference.